Welcome to the channel and welcome back to another video. On this video, I want to give you the 10 middle-class money traps to avoid. These are things that I made a mistake with, and I want to talk about them to help you guys maybe avoid and go around these middle-class money traps. My name is Eric, and I write a blog over at smartmoneybro.com. When you get a moment, check out some of the blog posts and articles over there. On that website, I help people manage their money and focus on the long game with money and with real estate. So let's jump right into it. The very first thing you want to avoid is eating out all the time. You don't have to eat out so much. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, Americans spend about $3,000 a year eating out, whether it's fast food or restaurants. Do your best to buy groceries and cook at home. You'll save yourself a ton of money. You don't always have to celebrate at Red Lobster, Papa Dough, or at the local restaurant. Celebrate at home, cook a big meal. One of the things about folks in the middle class is that we love to eat out and eat out at restaurants. And we'd rather spend $30 on a meal when that same meal cooked at home is $4 or $5. Now, I'm not telling you to never celebrate. I'm just saying stay out of the restaurants and the fast foods and the going out to get lunch every single day at work. Leave it alone. If you can avoid that, you'd be surprised at how much extra money you'll have to invest throughout the course of a year. $3,000 over the course of 10 years adds up. That's $30,000. After 20 years, you're talking about maybe $100,000 with compound interest. So with this one, just relax on the going out to eat. That's a middle class thing that a lot of people do, and you really don't have to do it as much. The second thing is student loans. The average American that just graduated from college has over $30,000 in student loans. Now, I have a few videos on this website showing you guys how you can go to college debt-free. I sent my daughter to college debt-free, no loans at all, but you got to do some work. There's some extra things you got to do. But student loans are a middle-class trap that you can avoid with the right planning up front. There's some definite steps you can take to not ever have a student loan. If you get a moment, check out this video and you'll see some ideas on ways you can go to college without getting a student loan. The third middle-class money trap is simply not investing enough of your money. Not putting enough of the money aside up front for yourself to actually invest, whether it's a Roth, whether it's a traditional IRA, whether it's just individual stocks, index funds, mutual funds, ETFs, or even real estate. Whatever the investment, one of the traps that a lot of people fall into is they don't invest enough money. So even, let's say, a 401k at your job, a lot of people will put 3%, 5%, or just the match. Listen, you have an opportunity with a 401k to really blow investments out the water for your retirement. So do yourself a favor, invest more money. Avoid the trap of not investing enough. Number 4, the fourth middle class money trap is not having a plan. Just simply not writing down goals that you want to achieve with your finances. You have to figure out what you want. In order to achieve anything, you have to have an idea of exactly what you want to achieve. Most people, they go to work, they come home, they go on vacation, go to work, come home, watch TV, they go to work. Spend some time once a week, maybe even once a month, actually going over all your finances, getting your budget in order, figuring out what you need, what you don't need, and looking at your money, having a plan, developing some goals for yourself and your money. If you spend some time just kind of concentrating on your money will begin to work for you in a more efficient manner. So avoid that trap of just not planning at all. Have a plan, develop some goals, and work towards getting there. The fifth middle-class money trap is having too much debt. Debt robs you from the ability to actually invest more money. If you have payments here and payments there and payments all over the place, you're going to have very little cash to actually invest and do some things that you want to do down the road in terms of money. So focus on debt. Do your best to try to get out of debt as quick and as soon as possible, especially the bad debt, the consumer debt, the credit cards, the student loans. Do your best to get out of that debt. You don't have to carry debt. And I know most people watching this will probably say, well, it's hard to get out of debt. Yeah, it's hard. It's easy to get in, it's hard to get out. But the point is, do your best to avoid that money trap of always having to have all your money come in and all your money go out to payments. That's a killer. Number 6 is one of my favorites. It's car payments. Today, the average car payment in America is $560 a month. That's for a new car. The average used car payment is just over $400 a month. And you're talking about 60 to 72 months worth of payments. That's 5 to 6 years. That's a lot of money being spent on transportation. Listen, you can get very, very good used cars for $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 cash. And how do you get that? You save up to do it. Car payments are killers because what you're basically doing on a monthly basis is investing money in a depreciating asset. Yeah, that depreciating asset is getting you from point A to point B, but you can also purchase that asset cash to get you from point A to point B. And I know people always tell me, look, I want a reliable car. You can get a reliable car with a little bit of work. The time you spend on Facebook every day, or the time you spend watching the Netflix series every day, just that time in about a week, you'll have enough education and you'll have enough information to make a better decision about a used car. It just takes a little bit of work on your part, but you can definitely get a good car cash. So always having a car payment, that's a middle class trap. You don't have to have it. The 7th middle class money trap is not updating your insurance policies. Whether it's life insurance, health insurance, car insurance, all those insurances need to be updated every couple of years. As your situation changes, as the market changes and gets more and more competitive. I found this out about 2 years ago when I switched my car insurance, and I saved about $200 a month because I hadn't looked at my car insurance in about 10 years. But I finally looked at my car insurance, made a couple of phone calls, got a couple of quotes, saved $200 a month on my car insurance, just like that. So you have to update your insurances regularly. Don't just set them and forget them for 5 or 10 years. You could be wasting a lot of money doing that. Number 8 is keeping too much money in a savings account at a bank. Your savings account at a regular bank is making you lose money. First of all, only keep the amount in a savings account that's your emergency money, money that you need quickly to get to. Any other money that you don't, that's not a part of your emergency money, get it out of your savings account at a regular bank. What you can do with that money is find you a high yield savings account, and you typically will find those online. Now, will you be getting 5 or 6% interest? No, but at least you won't be getting that 0.0005% interest that you're getting at your local bank. Don't keep too much of your money in a bank. Figure out what your emergency money is and take anything extra and move it. Either invest it or move it to a high yield savings account that's going to get you a little bit more money in terms of interest. The 9th thing that's a middle class money trap is buying too much house. Now here's the deal with this one, guys. The bank says that you qualify for a $400,000 home. That doesn't mean you have to go buy a $400,000 home. You buy the home that fits with your budget. You buy the home that fits with your family life. Do you need 5,000 square feet? Do you need 3,000 square feet? Maybe not. Probably not, unless you have a rather large family, right? Otherwise, buy your home within your means and something that fits your budget. A lot of people overspend, especially in the middle class. We overspend on those homes, and those homes end up being cash cows or things we can't afford. So you want to make sure you buy a home that fits your needs, but you don't overspend on it. The 10th middle class money trap is simply having one source of income. We're living in a day and age now where things cost a lot. Inflation is booming. Having one source of income is risky. It's putting all of your eggs in one basket. You may consider having additional sources of income, whether that be rental income from real estate, or it could simply be another job. It could simply be a side gig or side hustle. There's so many ways to make money outside your regular job. Right now, everybody should have at least 2 sources of income, at least. What you need to do is figure out some other ways to have other sources of income other than just your 9 to 5. If something goes wrong, you get laid off, something happens with the job or the company that is completely out of your control, now what are you going to do? You've only relied on one job. Hey, listen, these are my 10 middle-class money traps to avoid. If you got anything at all from this video, do me a favor, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share the video with somebody that you think needs to see it and hear it. The best person to take care of the old you is the young you. Take care of yourself and take care of other people. Until the next video, peace.